The Philadelphia Eagles are headed to the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs after mollywhopping the San Francisco 49ers yesterday. And San Francisco 49ers fans, nation, reporters, coaches, everybody had a lot of excuses flying through the air yesterday. Let's talk about all of it right now. Before we get into that, hit the like button on this video. Give me 500 likes on the video. Put something in the comments. Doesn't matter what it is. Your favorite emoji. It's all for the algo. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and turn your notifications on. First of all, my prediction for this game was so on the money, it is unreal. But I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not a tarot card reader. I'm not a psychic. I am just a fan who watches the game and has a little bit of logics. This was not rocket science. But here's what I said throughout the week. Two things that I said throughout the week that happened to be insanely on the money. First of all, I went on Last Second Sports. Shout out to Jesse Naylor of 49ers Nation, SB Nation Sports Illustrated. And I stood there in the fire, and I gave my prediction. And I didn't take it easy because I said exactly what I envisioned happening. Here's what I said.
And the more and more I look at it, the Eagles just have an advantage in every category, and I don't even think it's going to be close. I just don't. I think it's going to be 30-12. Eagles. and then your fans will, and then the 49ers fans will be right back to Trey Lance. Man, oh, the Brock Purdy thing was fun. It was fun. He's a rookie. Well, he only beat us because we had a rookie quarterback.
Listen, I said 30-12. I don't know why I said 12. 12 was a kind of a rare score to a football game. I should have said 30-13 or 31-7, but I was very close. And the next day, I wanted to double down because I just did not see this being a close game for one specific reason, and that's exactly what happened. So here's what I said the next day.
Listen, man. Listen. You listen to me, and you listen well. I am here to double down. I said this yesterday on Last Second Sports, 49ers content creator channel, and all of them hated me for it. But it's the truth. This is not going to be a close game. It's not going to be a close game. I know everybody wants to think, the two best teams in the NFC, this is going to be a close game. This is the two juggernauts. This is the two best in the league almost. This is the two at least best in the NFC. It's going to be a phenomenal matchup. That is not the case for one simple reason. Brock Purdy is going to get his ass kicked. Brock Purdy is going to get his ass kicked.
Now look, that happened to be exactly on the money. But it was, again, I'm not a psychic. This was simple for me. One of the greatest defensive lines to ever exist. 70 sacks in a season, only the fourth time in NFL history. Versus not a very impressive offensive line, especially the right side of it, who had the tough job of trying to stop Hassan Reddick and Javon Hargrave. Even Milton Williams got in there at times. That defensive line versus that offensive line. Combine that with a rookie, inexperienced quarterback. This was simple. Brock Purdy was going to get his ass kicked. Now, I didn't think Brock Purdy was going to get knocked out in the first series, but that's the same thing. He got his ass kicked. Your offensive line, which is not good enough to handle this defensive line, allowed Brock Purdy to get smacked from the blind side by Hassan Reddick and knocked him out of the game. This was obvious stuff. Also, Brock Purdy getting hit on that play was partially his fault because he dropped too far back in the pocket and failed to step up in the pocket if you watch the play because he's inexperienced. This was simple. I knew it wasn't going to be a close game. I should have said 31-7. I said 30-12. But this was simple to me. People thought I was being cocky, overconfident. I looked at every single statistical category. They're just the Niners had Brock Purdy had no chance in this game. Now let's talk about the excuses that have been flying, because they have been plentiful. Okay, and I could spend an hour going over all of the excuses, but I'm going to go over the top two. All right, Brock Purdy getting knocked out of the game and the officials. Okay, number one, Brock Purdy getting knocked out of the game. The narrative now is, oh, well, the Eagles had the easiest path to the Super Bowl because they got to play a team with no quarterback. No, that's not what happened. And people coming at me all day yesterday, oh, wouldn't you rather play a team at full strength? The Eagles got to play a team with their fourth-string quarterback. I could go on and on and on. The main issue with these excuses is you're saying we got to play a team with the fourth-string quarterback as if we are not the ones who took out your third-string quarterback. Do you understand what I'm saying? If Brock Purdy didn't get hurt, they keep saying that. Well, Brock Purdy went out, so then you got to play whoever else. No, we took him out. That's what happens in big games. That's what happens. You understand? That's what defensive lines like this do. I know it's the new age, it's the new era, it's the new PC world. We're supposed to get up here and say, oh, nobody likes to see an injury, and I would have really liked to see both teams at full strength, so it's very unfortunate that Brock Purdy got knocked out in the first quarter, and we didn't get to see both. No! Our damn possibly best defensive line of all time beat your offensive line and smacked your quarterback and took him out in the first quarter. That's a W to me. I don't want to hear it. And I got news for you guys. I got some bad news for you guys. Brock Purdy quit on you. He quit on you. He went right up to the coach and he said, I can't do it. Do you think some of the greatest quarterbacks would have quit right there? Or do you think they would have went out there and tried to throw the ball and failed? Would Jalen Hurts have gone out there and at least tried to throw the ball? Yes, he would have. Patrick Mahomes would have been out there trying to throw the ball. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. Name a quarterback in the NFL. And then Brock Purdy comes back in later in the game. Doesn't even throw the ball. Doesn't even try to throw it. At least try to throw it. Didn't even try. He quit on you. Because he was scared. We didn't get lucky. Brock Purdy didn't get injured by the wind. Brock Purdy got injured because the Eagles' defensive line was too much for the 49ers' offensive line to handle, and he got smacked in the first series. That's not a discredit. That's a weapon. This defensive line is a weapon. Also, tell me this, man. Tell me this. They're making it sound like if Brock Purdy played the entire game, something would have been different. That's what they're making it sound like. So answer me this. If Brock Purdy, the young, inexperienced quarterback with a not-so-protective offensive line against one of the best defensive lines in history, got hit on the first series and punched the ball straight into the sky for an Eagles fumble recovery, that happened on the first series. Do you really think that wouldn't have happened 3, 4, 5, 6 more times throughout this game? Do you really think that's the only time that was going to happen? He would have been back there running for his life, fumbling the ball and throwing interceptions the entire game. I mean, Josh Johnson got hit and gave up the football about 30 seconds later. So just accept the fact that you got your quarterback injured because this defensive line is too much to handle. But if he didn't get injured on that play, what happened on that play was going to happen time and time again for the rest of the game. This is nonsense. Nonsense. And if it was Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, or anybody else, the same thing was going to happen because you could not stop this defensive line because nobody can. Now let's move on to the final point here. People keep talking about the penalties. The 49ers had 11 accepted penalties, 7 of them for Eagles first downs. And so they're writing articles and things today saying the NFL officials screwed the 49ers yesterday. No. That's not what happened, ladies and gentlemen. The San Francisco 49ers screwed the 49ers yesterday. That's what happened. Because if you can show me one flag and show me the video of that being a bad call, then I'll change everything I'm saying right now. If you can send me a video of one bad call yesterday, the officials only screw a team if these are bad calls. And I'm reading articles that are saying, yeah, well, in the regular season, those calls are something, but in the NFC Championship game, you shouldn't be making these calls. No, you should be more disciplined. Then you should not be putting your hand on offensive linemen's face mask and pushing their neck up. You shouldn't be running into kickers. You shouldn't be hitting quarterbacks out of bounds. The officials did their job. The 49ers folded and screwed themselves the entire game. Show me one. Show me one of those penalties that was a bad call. Last thing. Devontae Smith. Well, there's a couple more things. The Devontae Smith catch. They're jumping on that. Well, the Eagles' biggest play of the day wasn't even a completed catch. Why didn't your coach challenge it? Oh, was he busy yelling at the referees like he was doing the whole game? So your coach failed to challenge an incomplete pass, and you screwed yourself on 11 penalties. And Brock Purdy got his ass kicked. I'm not seeing it. Now for the Eagles fans, Andy Reid versus the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. I'm having a hard time assessing it because I don't know if I even I'm just happy to be here. You know what I mean? I'm just happy to be here. I do think the Eagles offense struggled yesterday. I think Jalen Hurts struggled to find open receivers a lot. And then we countered and started running the ball, and that's how we beat the 49ers. That is the best defense that Jalen Hurts has faced probably in his career. And people are going to look at the overall stats and say you only threw the ball for 115 yards or whatever it was. Look at the second half. The 49ers didn't have a quarterback. Why were we going to throw it? We were just going to continue to run the ball down their throats, and that's exactly what we did. I think Jalen Hurts struggled because he was playing one of the best defenses he's ever seen in his life, and he was struggling to find open guys. But I don't think I think he played a good game because I think he played it smart and did not play into their hands and did not make mistakes. He knew his defense was going to deliver a W, and his job in that game was to not make mistakes. If you're going to tell me Jalen Hurts had a bad game, then you're going to have to show me that he threw 3 interceptions and had 2 fumbles. He didn't. He played the game the right way. He played the game the smart way. He did not make mistakes. He let the ground game and the defense take care of a team that, let's be honest, if they had a top 10 quarterback, they deserve to be there. But with Brock Purdy, Josh Johnson, come on, bro. It's over. That's all I got, man. Thanks for tuning in. Go fucking Birds.